welcome back. So today I'm just going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A because we have a lot of new people on the channel, which is kind of crazy. I'm just going to be answering some of y'all's questions. I asked Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to give me some of y'all's questions, and you did. So that's what we're going to be doing. Also, I am crocheting at the moment. So yeah, if you see me like looking down or something, that is what I'm doing. So first question, I don't know why I screenshotted this. So this first question says, do you like rats? And I'm pretty sure I screenshotted it because it made me think of the Marauders. I'm in my Marauders phase right now. And Marauders is like Harry Potter, but his dad. And like their friend group. Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, James Potter, and Peter Pettigrew. Well, they're all animanguses. Except for Remus. Peter's animangus is a rat, and so when it said, do you like rats, it made me think of him. And also, no, I don't like rats. If you're a Marauders fan, you know why. Freaking hate them. They're so stupid, and they're backstabbers and betrayers, and I hate them. What are your thoughts on Lynn Painter's new book? Lynn Painter's coming out with a new book in September. It's called Fake Skating. It's a clean hockey romance, and it is fake dating, childhood friends to lovers. I'm so excited. Those are two of my favorite all-time tropes. This book, I just cannot wait for it. It's going to be so good. Like, I'm so excited for the queen of romance to freaking write a hockey book, because I have not read that many clean hockey books because it's really difficult to find some, but a lot of y'all have been recommending me some, so thank you for that. I'm ecstatic. I really am hoping for an arc. I'm not like getting my hopes up, because if I do and then I don't get an arc, I'm gonna like be sad. But if I get an arc, like a physical arc, I think I might cry. I am so excited. I love Lynn Painter so much. Like, for the new people, I'm obsessed with Lynn Painter books, like to an unhealthy extent. So yeah, I'm so excited for it, and I don't think anybody's more excited than me. I will be making so many videos about it. Y'all don't even know. Like, if you thought that the Nothing Like the Movies videos were a little bit crazy, how much I posted about that, just wait. Oh, this question says, what's the worst Shatter Me book? Okay, so I have a deep hatred towards the Shatter Me series, and I make it very known because I feel as though people should be warned before reading it that it's not going to live up to the hype it has on TikTok. You might like it, but you have to admit it does not live up to the freaking hype that everybody gives it on TikTok. The worst book in the entire series is by far the last one, Imagine Me by Tahira Mafi. It's the last book in the entire Shatter Me series, and it sucks. It's so awful. It's like, even the people who like Shatter Me, y'all have to admit that that book is just so bad. The writing is not good. The plot is just stupid. It doesn't even go with the rest of the series. Like, there's so much new stuff introduced in the last book where it's just like, you just want money at this point. Like, it's just a money grab, making a new book and calling it part of the series, when it could be its whole other series. It could be a freaking spin-off, and nobody would know the difference, because it's not, like, it has, I hate that book so much. Ruined the whole series for me. Okay, so it says, who's your favorite Lynn Painter boy? Charlie Sampson. Who do you relate to the most? Who do I relate to the most? In general? Ooh, this is kind of like a vague question. Who do I relate to the most? I'll just say, I'm gonna change the question. Sorry. I'm gonna change the question and say, who do you look up to the most in the social media realm, okay? Because as a book talker, I know we all have somebody who's like, I want to like do what they do. I want to be just as cool as them, and like somebody that you really look up to in the social media world if you're on social media. And for me, that person is Cassie Book Talk. I think that's her username. I don't really know. But Cassie is awesome. I love her so much. I just love her content. I think she's so funny, and I want to be her when I grow up. Not even joking. Like, I love her so much. She's so cool, and my dream one day is to meet her and to be her, okay? Yeah, she does live in Canada, so I don't think I'll ever meet her, but a girl can dream, a girl can dream. Books or music? Books, definitely. I am not that kind of person who will just scroll through Apple Music and find new songs. I can't do it. The only way I find new songs is if somebody recommends it to me, I will listen to it, or if like I see it on TikTok, I'm like, oh wait, I kind of like that song, and then I add it to my playlist. Also, Lynn Painter has introduced me to a lot of new songs through her book playlists. Yeah, half of my everyday playlist is Lynn Painter songs. So I guess that too, but yeah, definitely books. I'm not a big music person, but I do listen to music. Whose style in the Painterverse do you want the most? That's a good question. I think honestly either Emily Hornby, but I feel like we've kind of gotten her style wrong. I think that most people think Emily's style is like, I don't even know. I've kind of gotten Emily's style mixed up because like on the DONC she's so like, she has such a different personality, and so I guess after the DONC she kind of like kept that personality, but yeah, definitely Emily's style after the DONC or Liz's style in Nothing Like the Movies. I love them both, but I'm also like I like wearing like cutie little sundresses and stuff. I just can't find the occasion for it. So I strive on an everyday basis to have Nothing Like the Movies Liz and after the DONC Emily, but also like on like fun occasions where I can wear stuff like that, Liz. Like Liz in Better Than the Movies, where she's just like always in sundresses, always in heels. I would love to be like, just like, don't care what anybody thinks, go to school for in heels. I would never do that, but it sounds so fun. I do enjoy wearing heels because my legs are very short, and so heels make them look longer. My legs make me crazy anyways. But yeah, I want to wear heels, but I'm also like scared people are gonna be like, why the freak are you wearing heels right now? Like even wearing heels to church scares me, but I've done it a few times. That's my answer. That was a really long answer to that question for like no reason. Why didn't you like the Shatter Me series? I have a whole video on why I didn't like the Shatter Me series. I've had so many of y'all be like, can you please like go into depth on why you didn't like Shatter Me? Girl, I have a whole like 20-minute video of me going through every book and saying the things that I did like about it and the things that I didn't like about it. I'll probably remake it in the future because I was not as confident on camera as I am now back then. But yeah, for now I have that video up, and if y'all want me to make a new updated one, let me know because I will. But yeah, I have a whole video on why I don't like Shatter Me, so go watch that so I don't have to get a little bit flustered while explaining that. Have you read Hunger Games? No. Okay, so this is kind of like a big deal for me and my friends because my friends, like some of them don't even like reading that much, but they're still like, Hannah, well, you need to read Hunger Games. And I'm like, I know I do. But like I have good reasons for not reading Hunger Games yet, okay? Because one, I've watched the movies. And if I've watched the movies, I don't like reading the books because I'm like, I already know everything that's gonna happen, dude. Like this isn't very fun. And so that's one reason. And then another reason is I hate the covers of the Hunger Games books, which some of y'all are gonna come at me for, and I don't care. I hate the covers of the Hunger Games book. They're not pretty and they're not cute and I don't like them, but I still want them on my shelf. Like some of my friends have been like, you can just borrow mine. I'm like, no, because I need to have them on my shelf. But like I hate the covers. So that's a reason. And then the third reason is that the books are so stiff. Like insanely stiff. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about because I love reading like floppy books, okay? Floppy books are awesome and I love them, okay? They're just awesome. And if I'm not reading floppy book, it's a hardback or it's on Kindle, okay? And there's no hardbacks of Hunger Games that I've seen. So I'm not buying a stiff book. It's not gonna happen. The book doesn't flop at all and I'm over it. I'm not buying it. So once I have the money in my bank account to buy 4 books that I don't even want on my shelf, but I do want on my shelf, then I'll read them. Where do you get your clothes? That leather jacket I'm in love with. Okay, so the leather jacket that this person is referring to, I believe, is the jacket that I use for Nick a lot, and the jacket that I associate with Emily Hornby and just like the do-over in general. Every time I'm wearing that jacket, I'm like, I am Emily Hornby right now. I love it. Anyways, that jacket, I don't know where it's from because it's my sister's jacket. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's from Uniqlo, but I could be so wrong. And then most of my clothes I get from Hollister and American Eagle. That's like the only 2 places I shop. Most of the clothes I wear are from those 2 places. Like if I'm not wearing something Hollister in a day, Like at this very moment, I'm not wearing anything Hollister because this shirt is from my sister's closet and she got it from Aritzia. I'm gonna go hang out with friends in a few hours and I'm gonna change, and one of my shirts is from Hollister. So I'm always wearing Hollister. It's the best place to shop. I love it so much. And then the last question that this girl asked is, what's your style? Because I love it. Okay, well, thank you. That's very sweet. I've not always been freaking, like, y'all have had so many compliments on my outfits, which is awesome because I used to not care about what I wear at all. Like, I'd go out in, like, leggings and, like, a baggy t-shirt to, like, actual events. Because I just didn't like styling myself, but now I love it. Like, I will not leave the house without an actually cute outfit on. So thank you. I don't know what my style will be called. She said I'm thinking like 90s or like rom-com. I try to, every time I wear an outfit, I always think of like, okay, so what book character am I giving right now? And it's always one of the Lynn Painter book characters. I'm always like, okay, so I'm like literally Emily Hornby right now. I'm literally Bailey Mitchell. And it's like, it's so bad. I call it Lynn Painter brain rot. But yeah, I would say it's like rom-comish. I love the 90s style. I really, really, really do. Yeah, I don't know what my style would be called. I just wear whatever I'm feeling. What made you get into reading? My best friend, Ava, we started buddy reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder because she has been a reader basically her whole life, but she was in like a 2-year slump. I was like, girl, you have to get out of this slump, because I knew she loved reading. And so we went to Barnes & Noble and we both had heard of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and everybody was saying it was so, so, so good. And I was like, I'll read it with you and like we'll like keep each other updated, so we'll always be at the same spot. So if one person reads more, you gotta catch up. It's like motivation, and it worked so well. We both finished this series at like the same time. We read all 3 books, and I fell in love with reading from the first book. Like, it was so good. It was so entertaining, and it was such, like, it was so refreshing from like TV shows. I cannot get into new TV shows to save my life. Like, you have to catch my attention basically right away. And with books, like, they do that, because if you don't catch the attention right away, they're not going to read it. And so that's probably why, that's how I fell in love with books. My best friend got me into books. I like saying that. And then it says, what motivated you to start your own YouTube channel? I started my own YouTube channel way before I even started reading books, so it was not always about books. It was like a lifestyle channel, which it kind of is now. I would say like it's like a mix of like books and lifestyle and like a bunch of different stuff. But I started out with just doing a bunch of vlogs, and I was motivated. I had wanted to start a YouTube channel 2 years prior to when I actually started one, okay? It took me a while to actually get up the courage to start one. Once I moved out of public school, I ended up starting one because public school is a terrifying place to be and I hated it. And so yeah, I didn't want to start one while I was there. But all of a sudden, I started school in 9th grade and I went to this, I started going to this tiny little private school, and I was like, dude, I don't even care if anybody knows that I have a YouTube channel here. And so I started one, and then I kept posting. I posted every single week. I have not missed a week of posting since I started YouTube a year and a half ago. Not even joking. And so yeah, I would say just my own desire to start a YouTube channel motivated me. And also, I've always wanted to be a person who like got recognized in public. And like, while that hasn't happened yet, I think it'd be really cool too. I've always wanted to be like in social media in some way. And also my mom is kind of in social media. She has her own business and stuff, so that was a huge motivation as well. What is your favorite thing about having a Bookstagram account? I love this question so much. And my favorite thing about having Bookstagram, this was asked on Instagram, that's why it says Bookstagram, but my favorite thing about having just like any kind of social media account that has actually like a decent amount of followers is definitely just like the community, because I love talking to everybody. Like in the comments, I love when y'all comment because it's so fun to like reply back, and then sometimes people will start messaging me from that, which is so cool. And I love going live and I love talking to you guys. Like, so just the community, and I've made so many friends through social media, which is insane. I've met people in my own, like I've met people online that actually lived in my own state that I got to meet up with later in my life, which is so cool. like, now I actually have friends from doing social media, which is insane to me. And so yeah, that's definitely my favorite thing. Why did you start a book account? I started a book account because I just loved books. I fell in love with books so fast, and I had already been posting when I started reading books, and so when I started posting about that book that I was reading, it ended up doing better than some of my other posts, and I had more fun posting about it, okay? And so since I had more fun posting about books than I did any other stuff, I was like, girl, what? I'm just gonna start posting mainly about books. And it blew up. It did so well. Once I started posting about books is when I actually started getting like followers consistently. So yeah, I started a Bookstagram account because it was fun. What fictional guy are you most compatible with? I'm gonna go ahead and say Charlie Sampson. For many reasons. Oh my gosh, I literally got 3 questions being in a row saying, how do you feel about Nick and Cassie? Nasty, nasty, nasty. I'm like, girl, oh my gosh. Okay, so my opinions on the whole Nick and Cassie nasty stuff. I think it's very, very, very cute, but I think they're milking it a lot, and I'm hoping it's not all just for publicity and views and stuff, which I don't think it is, because I think we finally got it confirmed that they are on a date together, which is pretty cool. But all I need is for Cassie to be happy, because I love her so much. And I posted this the other day. I was like, if Nick ever hurts our book talk queen, Cassie, we ride at dawn. We do, because watch out, the book girlies will come for him. So yeah, I love it. And all I need is for Cassie to be happy. That's my opinions on it. This question is a little bit crazy. I don't appreciate this question. It says Jax or Wes. Girl, don't even start with me right now. Jax of the Hollow. I love Wes so much, but first of all, he's not my number 1 Limp Painter book boyfriend, and he's just not. And Jax is better, because Jax is my husband. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Jax is my husband, and so nobody can really overtake that. But here's the thing. Ask me Charlie Sampson or Jax, I'm gonna be a little bit stumped. Like, don't ask me that question, please. If you had to pick only one book to reread, what would you pick? And you can't pick any Lynn books. Okay, well, she took my Lynn books away, which is kind of rude, honestly, but it's fine, because that makes sense. Y'all have finally started catching on that if you ask me questions like this, I will say Lynn Painter. But if I had to pick one book to reread, it'd probably either be A Ballad of Never After or Powerless. Either one of those. If I could reread it for the first time, one of those, definitely. If you could be shipwrecked with any book boyfriend, who would it be and why? Okay, so if I'm shipwrecked with one of them, I'm definitely gonna pick one of the fantasy boyfriends, because they know more, like, I feel like they would be more helpful in this kind of situation. So I feel like I would either choose to be stuck with Korik from Defy the Night, or yeah, I think honestly just Korik. Korik from Defy the Night. How many books do you read at once? Currently I'm reading 2 books right now. I'm reading Dance of Thieves and then Cadence of Part-Time Poets, which is a Marauders book. So yeah, right now I'm reading 2 books. I don't enjoy reading multiple books at once. I'm the kind of person who can only focus on one thing at a time, okay? So the fact that I'm reading 2 things right now is kind of confusing for my brain and my imagination. Like, I got 2 movies playing, and it's not working. They're not going at the same time. They're just like melting into each other. But right now the reason I'm doing that is because I really need to finish Cadence, and I really need to finish Dance of Thieves. I'm trying to finish both of those, but I've been putting down Dance of Thieves and picking up Cadence when I don't have the brain capacity to dive into a whole new world, because Dance of Thieves, that world is very confusing and you have to like be locked in to actually understand what's happening, whereas Cadence of Part-Time Poets, I can just be reading it and be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, there's not much confusing things about that one. Oh my gosh. If you had to break up one couple in the LPU forever, who would it be? I'm not picking one of the main couples. I will find a loophole around this. Forever. Okay, some of y'all might hate me for this. I don't care. Clark and Sarah. I know they're not technically a couple right now. They will be. I know that for a fact. They will be a couple. Like, I just know Helen Painter thinks they will be a couple. I think they'll get their own book. But yeah, I'd break up Clark and Sarah because, one, I love Clark and I love Sarah, but I don't really, like, I haven't met them that much where I'm like, oh my gosh, they're meant to be together. So yeah, I'd break them up, and I found a loophole around your question because I'm not breaking up one of the 3 main couples. If you could live in any fictional world, where would it be? Am I allowed to say Lynn Painter's world? I feel like that's like, I'll pick a fantasy world. I'll pick a fantasy world. If I had to live in any fantasy world, I would 100% pick the Caraval Once Upon a Broken Heart universe. I love that universe. It's so, so, so cool, and it's so magical, and it's so whimsical, and I love it. So yeah, top 3 celebrity crushes. First one up, Niall Horan. And I know some of y'all are gonna be like, you know, what? Girl, bees over real. No, Niall Horan is the most adorable person ever. He's so cute. I love Niall Horan, okay? After Niall Horan, Tom Blythe. Tom Blythe, y'all. He... I love him. Oh my gosh. He's kind of awesome. I love him. So yeah, him. And then my third one, my third one is either gonna be Aiden Bissett or Charlie Bushnell, and those are my fan casts for Charlie. Those are my fan casts for Charlie Sampson and Wes Bennett. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. That's all the questions that y'all had for me, which like a lot of them, because a lot of the questions y'all had like were kind of the same, so I chose not to answer the ones that kind of were the same. But yeah, those were all the questions, and I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm hoping, she doesn't know this yet, so this could not happen, but Ava's coming over this weekend. If y'all don't know who Ava is, she's my best friend on the planet Earth. I love her so much, and a lot of you guys love her as well because the videos that she's in are super chaotic, but I kind of want to try to film a video with her. She does not know it yet, and I have not told her the idea. So we'll see what happens with that, but check back next week. And if you want to see Ava in a video, subscribe so you actually know when that comes out. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Have the best day ever, and go read more books.